Thank you so much to making Locked On Auburn, Locked On SEC your first listens every single day. Please subscribe to our channels. Please like our videos. And if you're tuned in on audio, subscribe, leave a review. Helps our shows out a ton. We really, really appreciate it. Let's fast forward. I'm not gonna ask you about Ball State. Let's fast forward a few weeks. And let's just assume Oklahoma takes care of business against Michigan. The hype and energy, assuming both teams are 3-0, as Auburn goes to Norman and Jackson goes to play against his former team. We're kind of new in this transfer portal era. We see it all the time in pro sports, but you're starting to see big college players go up against their former schools now, which is kind of unique. What do you think the level of excitement, anticipation, attention could be in Norman just a few weeks from now?
Well, I'll just say, if you're a Norman fan, don't get too ahead of yourself, because after this game against Michigan, which is a big game, they have to go on the road at Temple. I don't know why they're playing a home and home with Temple, but on the road at Temple, who got a win over UMass in week 1. We'll see what they look like. But, what you don't want to happen for Oklahoma is they get, can you imagine they lose to Michigan and then getting a look-ahead spot where they're looking ahead to Auburn, and then they go let their guard down. They're in a tight battle with Temple. So just say we don't know what's going to happen with OU these next 2 weeks. But assuming, yes, they manhandle or take care of Michigan at home this week, go manhandle Temple on the road. Yes, the buildup coming back home to Norman is going to be massive, with the prodigal son returning and Jackson Arnold coming back to Oklahoma. And yeah, they are going to boo the hell out of him. And again, I'm talking to people that were at Oklahoma. They don't hold a grudge against Jackson. They get it. Yeah. It didn't work out, but he's now on a team that's on your schedule. If you could have scripted a little bit better, yeah, I think Jackson Arnold would have preferred to have gone to another SEC school that doesn't play Oklahoma this year, particularly in Norman. But that said, he knows what it's like there. Heck, he's been booed in that stadium before when he was wearing their colors last year. So maybe he knows exactly what it's going to take to win there.
Yeah, and the more Auburn folks learn about Jackson, he may love that. He may love the fact that they booed him when he was wearing their colors. I saw a different Jackson Arnold on Friday, where I saw more confidence than I've ever seen him with, almost some moxie, where it's he
was enjoying himself. He was smiling.
He didn't look like that at Oklahoma. It's a totally different situation, right? Which is why he needed to leave, and it made sense for both sides. No, I don't think anybody's questioning that. And so now this confident, Jackson Arnold that maybe has some swag to him for the first time in his collegiate career, some players benefit from that type of situation. We'll see if Jackson Arnold's one of those in a few weeks.
Yeah. And again, I want to see show me the explosiveness, show me the passing game, show me the chemistry with these receivers to get loose, make big plays. And, they'll feel really confident going into Norman if the Auburn look, some guys, Cam Coleman can win just about any matchup one-on-one in this league. The key is that Jackson can deliver the football and get it into his vicinity to make the big plays. So that's what's that's what's going to be interesting. Again, it's just so hard to grade off of seeing one game where matchups dictated they didn't have to play that way to win. But yeah, man, I'm excited to see it. I feel like these next 2 weeks could be real confidence boosters. The South Alabama game, though, is early. Maybe they're a little sleepwalking in that one. But this game against Ball State being at night, Hugh should be able to showcase everything he wants to showcase in this one.
Yeah. Those 11 o'clock games against lower opponents, those are always tricky. Always tricky. It seems like
fans don't care. It's
all the time. Yeah, it's like you look up and it's halftime and you're only up 10 or something. It's like, what's going on? Or you're only up a touchdown. So, and we saw that throughout the conference to some extent this past weekend. It's part of college football, right? The way Auburn ran the ball against Baylor, how many teams in the SEC do you think that'll be equivalent to? Baylor's got a Big 12 front. I think the trenches is the biggest difference between, the Big 12 and the ACC versus the Big 10 and the SEC. I think that's the biggest difference, top to bottom. From what we've seen one weekend, are there any fronts that are on Auburn's schedule where you're they could get something going similar to that against this opponent?
You talking about teams that'll run the football on them?
Yeah, or teams that Auburn should be able to run on.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. Against defensive fronts. I'm gonna have to see a little bit more out of A&M. A&M is a revamped defensive line, so gonna need a little bit more of a sample size on that. But UTSA, I mean, I saw a few times that they were able to third and short, and they run on them and kept the chains moving. Oklahoma will have to see a little bit more out of them. I mean, Georgia obviously was. I mean, they were stout up front. It was Marshall, but they look stout as stout up front as always. Mizzou, I thought, they had some guys kind of emerging there. They got a defensive end, Damon Wilson, who transferred from Georgia. He had 2 sacks in week 1. He had 3 sacks all of last year at Georgia. He's already got 2 in the first week.
Mizzou against Kansas I think we'll learn a lot about Missouri this weekend.
Yeah, no doubt. And Jalen Daniels, a guy who can tuck it and run it. So it'll be interesting in how they, if they try to keep him in the pocket. That might be some teams' MO against Jackson Arnold and Auburn, saying, let's take his running ability away and make him have to throw. And then, Kentucky they were okay against Toledo. We'll see, this weekend where they play Ole Miss, if they get any pressure on Austin Simmons and those guys. And then, of course, Alabama's a mess, but you got to assume that for the finale,
3 months from now,
by the time you get to the Iron Bowl, Tim Keenan will be back. Maybe Alabama's clicking on all cylinders by that time. It's easy to overreact to week 1, but kind of look at who's on Auburn's schedule, the defensive fronts they'll face. It's kind of a wait and see on a lot of these teams outside of Georgia, who we know is going to be good. But as far as rush attacks go, A&M to me is still on paper one of the best in the country. Ahmad Hardy for Mizzou got loose. He ended up with 100 yards.
Stud.
Kentucky looked pretty good. Dante Dowdell and that backfield. I know it's not on Auburn's schedule, but Mississippi State, Fluff Bothwell and Devon Booth look to be pretty strong too. So
incredible name.
It's an all-timer. But it is wild though, Zach, to see that after 1 week, the leading rusher in the SEC is an Auburn Tiger, and it's not even a running back.
Yeah, no, it's like old times. It's like old times. I've seen so many people are like, is he Nick Marshall? I'm like, hold on. Wait a second. But what's crazy too is Tamari Alston's 8th in the SEC right now rushing. So really, Auburn's got 2 top 8 rushers in the SEC right now. No other school has that. So, I take it back. Ole Miss, you got Logan Diggs ended up getting loose with Kewan Lacey. So really, it's Ole Miss and Auburn, but it's small sample size. It's 1 week. Yeah, that's right. Chris Gordy, for all the Auburn folks watching, how can they get more SEC-wide coverage from you?
Locked On SEC, wherever you get your podcasts. We're having weekly guests on, breaking down all the matchups, getting into all the conversation, and a new segment we've debuted. We debuted it last week. Fridays, we do a celebrity guest picker segment. A celebrity will join us each and every week. Now, we go soft on the word celebrity. It's somebody who's kind of famous, who you might know. Last week, our buddy Ben Troop, former Florida Gator tight end, was drafted by the Tennessee Titans and had a nice NFL career. He was on with us, and he did pretty well making picks. So we will have a new celebrity guest picker on Friday.
Ooh, can't wait to see. Please like the video. Please subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. This has been Locked On Auburn.